This was the first grand house of worship purpose-built by Eastern European Jews in the United States. And we're so happy that we get to bring this incredible space to life for joyous events like this one. I hope you all had a wonderful Purim this past weekend, and we at the museum didn't want it to end so soon. So tonight we're sending Purim 2024 off with a bang. And I want to thank Paul Shapiro so much for bringing this Purim Shpil to us tonight. He'll be your host over here on sax and vocals. And I also want to give a warm welcome and thanks to Dan Rosengard on keys and Larry Eagle on drums. And with that, please silence your cell phones and join me in welcoming today's performers.
Thank you all. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to get off to a good start with a little Cab Calloway. Everybody eats when they come to my house. Have a banana, Hannah. Try the salami, Tommy. Here with your gravy, Davy. I said everybody eats when they come to my house. Have a tomato plate too. Here's cacciatore, Dora. Have some bologna, Tony. Everybody eats when they come to my house. I'll fix your favorite dishes. I'm hoping this good food will fill you. Stand in the kitchen alone, working my fingers to the bone. You better eat this stuff if it kills you. I got steak on the flank for Frankie. Corn on the cob for Bobby. Chili con carne for Barney. Everybody eats when they come to my house. Said Denny, Larry, Tommy, Jimmy, Bobby, Ronnie. Everybody eats when they come to my house. Pastafalula, Pachalula. You get the bagel, fagel. It's in the Fendel, Mendel. Everybody eats when they come to my house. You know, this is a party, Marty. Don't be so picky, Mickey. You get the cherry, cherry. Everybody eats when they come to my house. You know, all my friends are welcome. Don't try to coax me or mokes you. Eat the tables and chairs, the napkins, who cares? You better eat that stuff if it chokes you. I got steak on the flank for Frankie. Come on now. Corn on the cob for Bobby. Chili con carne for Barney. Everybody eats when they come to my house. I said Danny, Larry, Billy, Mickey, Jerry, Tommy. All those cats with their feet under my table, they drink as much as they're able. I wine is fine, we had a hell of a good time, cause everybody eats when they come to my house. And what a beautiful house this is. I gotta say, this is one of the most amazing places I've ever played. It is always a pleasure. I can't believe what a beautiful job they've done in renovating it and how well they keep it up. It's just spectacular. And round of applause to the people that make this all happen. In 1965, anybody remember what these, you know, there was plastic in here, vinyl, yeah. This record came out. It was a record that was produced by Bob Booker and George Foster, who were the guys behind the first Family record. Any alta cockers here remember that? Yeah? Yeah, okay, very good. You get points for that, yeah. I'm not selling this, by the way. But this is called You Don't Have to Be Jewish, and it was a big hit, and many, many funny stuff, funny songs on it, funny spiels. And then they did another one called when you're in love, the whole world is Jewish. And we're going to do one of those for you right now. I've had a lot of thrills in my life. 3 kids, a gorgeous wife, such looks. I'm thrilled about my car, a Riviera, my sister Sarah, and the writer John O'Hara. But the thrilling thrill that gave my heart a clout was the thrilling night when I thrillingly found out Steve McQueen is Jewish, would you believe it? He's just like you and I, couldn't you almost die? And Cary Grant is Jewish, could you conceive it? Such a living doll in a prayer shawl. Marlon Brando's Jewish, Pat O'Brien and Richard Conte. Not to mention that lovely couple, Harry and Bella Fonte. Frank Sinatra's Jewish, would you believe it? Sean Connery and Lyndon Johnson too. That dates it. As a matter of fact, the whole world is Jewish since I fell in love with you. Come on, Paulie, play a little saxophone. Well, you know we're going to do a couple of new verses for you. My friend Dan over here, who worked for Saturday Night Live for a couple of seasons, helped me out with the lyrics. But I wrote a couple myself. Taylor Swift. One more time. Taylor Swift is Jewish, would you believe it? She always makes them kvel in the NFL. And Travis Kelce's Jewish, could you conceive it? Such a hunky brute in a yontif suit. Lauren Boebert's Jewish and her father was a shamus. Not to mention that lovely couple, Clarence and Ginny Thomas. Dua Lipa's Jewish, would you believe it? Mick Jagger and Hunter Biden too. As a matter of fact, the whole world is Jewish since I fell in love with you. Rachel Brosnahan, since I fell in love with you. In 1917, a man named Irving Berlin wrote a song called Cohen Owes Me $97. Israel Berliner was his given name, and he walked on these streets. Maybe he sat at this temple. Maybe he was here for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, where you had to jump up and sit down, jump up and sit down. But I don't know if Irving was actually here in person, but he definitely was in the Lower East Side, and he worked his way up. And he wrote some of the most important and famous Jewish music of the 20th century. Of course, I'm referring to Easter Parade and White Christmas. But before he wrote all those nice popular songs, he wrote Cohen Owes Me $97. Old man Rosenthal lay sick in bed. Soon the doctor came around and said, "There's no use crying, the man is dying, he can't live very long. Send my son here to my side," they heard the old man say. "I've got something to tell him before I pass away." Soon his son was sitting by his bed. "What's the matter, Papa dear?" he said. The old man said, "My son, before my days are done, I want you to know Cohen owes me $97, and it's up to you to see that Cohen pays. I sold a lot of goods to Rosenstein and Sons on an IOU for 90 days. Levi Brothers don't get any credit. They owe me for 100 yards of lace. If you promise me, my son, you'll collect from everyone, I can die with a smile upon my face." Oh, yes. Old man Rosenthal is better now. He just simply wouldn't die somehow. He is healthy and very wealthy since he got out of bed. Such a change you never saw. He's got such rosy cheeks. He picked up in just 1 week, which should have taken weeks and weeks and weeks. Everyone who knew that he was sick, they couldn't tell how he got well so quick. They went and asked him to explain how he pulled through, and Rosenstein replied, "Cohen owed me $97, and my son went out and made poor Cohen pay. A bill was owed to me by Rosenstein and Sons, and they settled on that very day. What could my son do with all that money if I should leave it all and say goodbye? It's all right to pass away, but when people start to pay, that's no time for a businessman to die." Irving Berlin. Now, we're going to do a tune by a great comedian from the 1960s, Allan Sherman, right? Famous for Hello, Father, yes. And he did many, many, many other really, really great songs. A couple of years ago, my trusty friend Dan Rosengard played me a tape of Allan Sherman doing a cover of a certain tune. It was clearly at a party, and he was probably feting someone special whose name was in the song. Whatever. We're going to do it for you today. And we changed a couple of lyrics, only a couple. Take it away. You're the top, You're a dozen challahs. You're the top. You're Chaim Weitzman's tallest. You're the fins and back of a Cadillac that's new. You're a house by Levitz, a Manischewitz, a Fontainebleau. You're the gas in a seltzer fizzer. You're the class. You're the Moyle's new scissors. I'm a poor Schlemiel who would like to steal a cup. Baby, I'm a Schmendrick. You're the top. Go ahead, Danny. You're the talk of a Lindy's waiter. You're the walk on a first day of Cheder. You're a kosher wine and they toast Olzain McGlick. You're a piece of flunkin' and guts a dunkin'. You're Pesach. You're the top. You're the feast of Sukkot. You're the top. You're Shakira's tuchas. Won't you have Rachmanis and say it's gonna stop? Oh, baby Sadie, let me give you a cup. You're the smile when they sing Hatikva. You're the tile in a brand new mikvah. You're an egg cream soda that get a load of this. You're a soup with a noodle, apple strudel. You're gribbiness. You're a dish sent by Jimmy Kimmel. You're a knish made by Jonas Schimmel. I'm a macaroon from a poor non-union shop. But if, baby, I'm an umglick, baby, I'm an umglick, baby, I'm an umglick, you're the top. That was a new one for me. Anybody here know what an umglick is? It's kind of like a loser, someone who always, guesses incorrectly and is an umglick. Back in the day, everybody used to jump on the train and go up to the Catskills. And here is our homage to the Catskills and the most important activity that happened there, besides you know what. Oh, you were there. Ready, boys? 1, 2, I took a vacation to try recreation. I went to the Catskills from my comfortable home downtown. The place was secluded and the food was included. And all of a sudden, I heard a strange sound. Essen, mir gehen essen. Essen, mir gehen essen. Essen gehen mir, Essen gehen near. Essen, wir gehen essen. So, what's to eat? Orange juice, tomato juice, and grapefruit juice, and apple juice. Baked apple, stewed prunes, pickled herring, pickle ox, smoked salmon, fried herring, wheat, cream of wheat, poached egg, boiled egg, fried egg, scrambled egg, pancake, griddle cake, crimped toast, burnt, chocolate milk, buttermilk, pigeon milk, plain milk, coffee, and a glace of latte.
What? There was no ice cream?
It melted.
Maybe you tried kosher karate?
Much too difficult.
Any meat dishes?
Only after 8 p.m. I just want to sit on the porch and rock a bit. Zoom gale gale gale, zoom gale gale, zoom gale gale gale, love everybody, zoom gale gale gale, love everybody, zoom gale gale gale. Zoom, I just want to sit on the porch and chill out. What's that sound again? Essen, mir gehen Essen, Essen, mir gehen Essen, Essen gehen mir, Essen gehen mir, fressen, mir gehen Essen. So, what's for lunch? Orange juice, tomato juice, and grapefruit juice, and apple juice, tomato soup, potato soup, Yankee bean, Caribbean, cold borscht, hot borscht, sour cream, sweet cream, huckleberries, raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, boiled fish, fried fish, gefilte fish, smoked fish, pound cake, marble cake, plum cake, dark milk, buttermilk, plain milk, pitcher milk, coffee, and the glace of latte.
Was it sweet tea?
Very sweet today.
Was it sweet touch-and-eat tea?
I wouldn't think about that.
Was it spiked, perhaps?
We'll never know. But I just want to sit on the porch and rock a bit. Mirakitsa, mibakitsa, mirakitsa, mibakitsa. Oi, zoom gale gale gale. Can you help me out a little with the zoom? A zoom gale gale gale. Love everybody. Zoom gale gale gale. A zoom. I can hear you. A zoom. A zoom gale gale gale. Zoom gale gale. Everybody. Love everybody. Zoom gale gale gale. Zoom gale gale. I know what that means. Essen, it's time to eat. Essen, Essen, mir gehen Essen. Essen gehen mir, fressen gehen mir. Essen, mir gehen Essen. Oh, Essen, mir gehen Essen. Essen, mir gehen Essen. Essen gehen mir, Essen gehen mir. Essen, mir gehen Essen. When I was a kid growing up in the Cheder, which was actually a mild-mannered Hebrew school in Westbury, Long Island, not the Heather exactly, but we did learn some stuff, and I learned how to chant a small section of the Megillah. And since it's Purim, I'd like to play you that melody and I've kind of reconstituted it. And it starts by saying the words, Ish Yehudi. Ish Yehudi Hayab Shushan. He was from Shushan. His name was Mordecai. And here is our little tune, Ish Yehudi. Happy Purim. Thank you. Let's do Irving. We're going back to the guys that made this record. And this is a story, a ballad of Irving. Oh, yeah. Gotta have a little water first. What a groove, though, huh? He was short and fat and rode out of the west with a Mogan Duvid on his silver vest. He was mean and nasty right clear through, which was kind of weird because he was yellow too. They called him Irving. Big Irving, big short Irving, the 142nd fastest gun in the West. He came from the old bar mitzvah spread, schlepping a salami and pumpernickel bread. He always listened to his mother's wishes. Even on the range, she used 2 sets of dishes. Irving, big fat Irving, big fresser Irving, the 142nd fastest gun in the West. 141 could draw faster than he, but Irving was looking for 143. Walked into Sol's saloon like a man insane and ordered 2 fingers of 2 cents plain. Irving, that's seltzer. Irving, big sport. Irving, the 142nd fastest gun in the West. The James boys were coming at the trainer for his son, and the townsfolk said, Irving, we need your gun. When that train pulled in at the break of dawn, Irving's gun was there, but Irving was gone. Irving, big fat Irving, big help Irving, the 142nd fastest gun in the West. Irving. Well, finally Irving got 3 slugs in the belly. It was right outside the Frontier Deli. He was sitting there twirling his gun around, and Butterfingers Irving gunned himself down. Irving, big fat Irving, big dum-dum Irving, big dum-dum dead Irving, the 142nd fastest gun in the West. Really? This is the great record of Mickey Katz. Most Meshuggah. Mickey Katz, of course, is most famous for being the grandfather of Jennifer Grey from whatever that Dirty Dancing. But anyway, no, he was actually a wonderful clarinetist. He started his career off with Spike Jones, and he was the guy that did the glug, glug, glugs. And then in the 1950s, it was realized at a recording session, he was having some fun, that he was actually really good at making, doing versions of popular songs of the day, and as you know, comedy records. And so he started a career, and he made many records. This one came out in 1959, and he had tunes called Duvid Crockett, the King of Delancey Street, and many other songs. But this one that we're going to do for you today is called Yiddish Mambo. Mambo. You want to see her shake it now. You want to see her shuckle. She's ay caramba, give me mamba, not the huckle buckle. She don't want no flat-foot flugie. She don't want no floor. Hit the bongo and the Congo. I'm a chaya, huh? She's knitting a tallis for Noro Morales. My Yiddish mambo. You ought to see her go to town. She's dancing for her supper. Her lips are hopping while she's popping. She's a motor hopper. She don't go for Lindy hopping. She don't dig those cats. She gets her jollies from Timbali's. I'm a chaya. Her kugel is hot for Xavier Cugat. My Yiddish mambo. Having a vente with Tito Puente. My Yiddish mambo. She made the shotgun mambo mad. She's wearing hip pajamas. And now and then she gets a yen to dig Fernando Lamas. She won't touch the minuet. To her it's strafe like ham. But Pupik and Penosa tempo makes her holler, Sam! A shanda with Lin-Manuel Miranda. Perez Prado, she loves him a lot. My Yiddish mambo. We're going to do a tune called Hutzatza. Anybody know what that means? I don't either. But it's one of those Yiddish words. Hutzatza. How you doing? We have the maestro of the Cornelia Street Cafe with us tonight. Robin Hirsch. Give him a round of applause. He had a great club in New York for over 40 years. Then they kicked him out. It happens, but I walked by it the other night. It's just an average coffee joint or something. Really sad. We miss you, but you do gigs occasionally, Cornelia Street in Exile, so keep an eye out for them. Here is Hutzatza. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me sing to you my song, Hutzatza, Hutzatza. I guarantee it won't take long, Hutzatza, Hutzatza. I dedicate it to my honey and to her grandpa with the money. So, you know, this song needs a little help from you. Can you do the Hutzatzas with me? All right, I'm going to ask you, when it's your turn, I'm going to point at you. Let me sing to you my song, hoo-ta-ta, hoo-ta-ta. I guarantee it won't take long, hoo-ta-ta. Excellent. I dedicate it to my honey and to her grandpa with the money. Oy vey hootsa mama, fifa-ta-ta, hootsa mama, new in shine. Oy vey hootsa mama, fifa-ta-ta, hootsa mama, thumb to the loin chain. This is the part where we tell a little story. So this gentleman walks into a shoe store in Brooklyn. He's been out of town for about 4 years. He comes back to town, and he realizes in the pocket of his old jacket, he finds an old ticket stub from the brown shoes he brought to the shoe guy like 5, 6, 7 years ago. So he says, gee, I wonder if he still has them. So he walks into the shoe store, and he says, I know it's been a long time, sir, and I'm really sorry, but, here's my ticket. Do you have my shoes? And the guy says, oh, boy, we haven't seen a ticket like this in several years. I don't know. I have to look. He says, please, just go for that. I'd really like to have them. So the guy's in the back, fumbling around, and he's thinking, oh, my God. And all of a sudden, he says, so, were they brown? He says, yes. Did they have a little white on the seams? Yes. Tap on the front? Yes, that's them. They'll be ready on Tuesday. Song. I went to get myself some eat, hoo-ta-ta, hoo-ta-ta. Had some blitzes nice and sweet, hoo-ta-ta, hoo-ta-ta. The blitzes tasted good to me. It woke me up at 3:30. Here we go. Oy vey hootsa mama, fifa-ta-ta, hootsa mama, tum to the loin new in shine. Oy vey hootsa mama, fifa-ta-ta, hootsa mama, tum to the loin shine.
Okay, let's see if I can do this and play at the same time. We'll find out. It's a very short joke. It concerns 2 retired Jewish jazz musicians sitting on Miami Beach. They're wearing the white shoes, the light blue pants, the yellow shirt, the whole thing. Sitting there for about half an hour contemplating the sunset. After about half an hour, the first one turns to the second one and says, "Hey." Sorry. And the second one says, I'm hip.
Hey! Those same 3 guys were in a schwitz. And the first guy goes, hey! And then the second guy goes, hey! And the third guy goes, I thought we agreed we weren't going to talk about the children. My neighbor's wife is very nice. She came to see me once or twice. She played my heart just like a fiddle. Her husband walked in the middle. Oy vey hootsa mama, fifa-ta-ta, hootsa mama, tum to the loin chain and chain. Oy vey hootsa mama, fifa-ta-ta, hootsa mama, tum to the loin chain.
All right, we're trying to play. You keep playing. So I think the same guy who lost the shoes, he walks into a shop one day and he says, Mister, can you fix my watch? The guy behind the counter looks at him and says, I'm not a watchmaker, I'm a moil. And the guy looks at him and says, but there's a clock in your window. And the moil says, if you were a moil, what would you put in the window?
Now I'm finished with my song, like I promised, not too long. All right, it took just 20 minutes. But just be glad that now I'm finished. All right. Oy vey hootsa mama, fifa-ta-ta, mama, tum to the loin chain. Oy vey hootsa mama, fifa-ta-ta, mama, tum to the loin chain. In chain. There was a really brilliant jazz musician who's a favorite of mine. His name was Slim Gaillard, and he wrote a tune called Flatfoot Flugie, which was probably his most famous tune. But he also must have played the Catskills because he wrote a tune called Mishugana Mambo, and he wrote a tune called Matzo Balls, and he wrote a tune called Dunkin' Bagel. And we're going to play a little Dunkin' Bagel for you. Dunkin' Bagel, a Dunkin' Bagel, a Dunkin' Bagel, splash in the coffee. A Dunkin' Bagel, a Dunkin' Bagel, Dunkin' Bagel, splash in the coffee. Matzo balls, aroni, gefilte fish, gefilte fish foodie, pickled herring, oxarute, a Dunkin' Bagel, a Dunkin' Bagel, Dunkin' Bagel, splash in the coffee. Come on, Danny, play. Dunkin' Bagel, a Dunkin' Bagel, a A Dunkin' bagel, splash in the coffee. A Dunkin' bagel, Dunkin' bagel, a Dunkin' bagel, splash in the coffee. Matzo balls maroni, gefilte fish frutti, pickled herring rooty, lox rooty. A Dunkin' bagel, a Dunkin' bagel, a Dunkin' bagel, splash in the coffee. A Dunkin' bagel, a Dunkin' bagel, Dunkin' bagel, splash in the coffee. A Dunkin' bagel, Dunkin' bagel, splash in the coffee. Having a nice bowl of gefilte fish. Hot. Thank you all so much. We got one more, and it's a Purim song. But first, Larry Eagle on drums. Larry plays with Andy Statman for many years, a legend. Toured with Bruce Springsteen. Plays with many famous people, and he's really outrageous. Dan is excellent. My man on keyboard for many years. I bought him the jacket. No, I'm kidding. My cousin gave it to him. It was too big for me, and it was too big for him. Now it fits. Dan's played with all kinds of the most famous people. The list goes on forever, and was on the staff at SNL for a couple of years. He's my man. And thank you all for coming. We're going to play a little Purim tune. This one's called Mishugana Adar. God bless you. Thank you. You got it. 1, 2, Thank you so much for coming. Happy Purim. There was no Queen Esther in this one, but it was a Purim Shpil just the same, because we were spieling, and you were helping us spiel. So, good to see you all. Have a great season. And Aziz Pesach. It's never too early to start planning.
Everybody, give Paul, Dan, and Larry another big round of applause.